Brian Thompson, 3942 Gaithersburg Lane, Hope Mills, North Carolina. Thank you for this opportunity. I represent Simon Temple AME Zion Church, which I'm proud to serve as pastor, and also a part of the Pastors Coalition. Tonight is disturbing. I appreciate y'all hearing us, but it's disturbing that anyone in their right mind would even think we need an increase. Not even what has come out tonight, but so some of the things that have been said, that we would try to raise a fare to fix something that you know obviously is broke. To the city manager who talked about the consultant that we hired, and I appreciate your due diligence in getting that consultant, but I would say we've been robbed if he charged us, because we need to get our money back and put it in the bus system, because the things that the consultant told us is something that's obvious to the eye. We would open them and be sensitive to the people of this community. Some 7 years I came to this community, and I thank God for coming to a place where I thought I would not enjoy, but I love Fayetteville, North Carolina, and plan to be here a long time, the Lord willing and the creek don't rise. But I saw a bus, and my wife and I joked at the time. At the time we thought it was funny, but we found out today it's not. We watched a bus leaning to the side, and I joked to my wife and said, that bus must have a hydraulic system on it, like the young kids doing the Impalas and the Chevrolets. But the problem is I found out there's no hydraulic system. Junk is just broke. And it has not been changed today, but yet some would think, and I'm not picking on Mr. I think Macaluso. Thank God he was trying to do the job, but that 5-year plan is a 5-year joke. If you think we're going to put money into a system that's broke, that's like me asking any of you to go down to the Cadillac dealership or Mercedes or whatever kind of brand that you like and say to the dealership, my car's broke. I'll give y'all an extra $1 a week, and I'll come back in 5 years and pick up my new car. Do that. That's what you're asking the citizens to do. I went a step further. I don't ride the bus, so I got on one of your wonderful buses. It's a shame before God and a disgrace. I didn't take the emails that I got or the telephone calls that we have on the radio show. I talked to the people myself. I just wanted to know. And after they found out I was trying to shake them down, and because I wore plain clothes, because I didn't want them to think that I was somebody who was trying to harass them. And I sat there and talked with them, and they talked about some of the same things that these people are going to come up today and that we've been hearing. And I wonder how many of you have went out there and talked to these people one-on-one, face-to-face. Forget what you heard. You need to find out for yourself. And then see, would you ride the bus? The next step would be, I know you may have ridden the bus before, but have you ridden it lately? I would have ridden it here, but I would have been late for the meeting. And all I'm saying is, we have a system of systematic yet subtle oppression. And I'm going to call it is what it is. It's systematic yet subtle oppression. This is not about a rate increase per se. It's about systematic yet subtle oppression. It's in our nation, in our community, and I pray that Fayetteville doesn't buy into it. Because the persons that I talked to were persons who are used to being oppressed, but tired of being oppressed. And some 1,600 members that I'm proud to be the pastor of would think little of me if I didn't speak up, even though I don't ride the bus. Because injustice for anybody is injustice for everybody. When I see that bus, and I got on that bus, and then tried to ask the person, how do I get to the next bus? Because I had no idea. Rude attitude. I took it in stride. Called my wife, said, please pick me up. Because there's a problem. There's a systemic problem here. It's systematic, yet subtle oppression. It is what it is, and we don't want to call it that. We're not paying for stuff that we don't have, and no one should expect us to. This is remnant of something that we talked about over a year ago called 6-3. Systematic, yet subtle oppression. But the government stood up and said, no, it's wrong. We thank God. Then we look at the Dogwood Festival. I enjoyed it. It was a wonderful thing. But it's amazing to me how systematic yet subtle oppression allowed them to say, no, we're not going to let the religious communities be able to preach about Jesus, but let something detrimental happen in the nation or in Fayetteville. You call us to come and pray. Amazing. Systematic yet subtle oppression. Same thing, different dress. Charge more, give you nothing. We won't stand for it. Systematic yet subtle oppression. I looked at all of you as the General Mr. Macaluso was talking about the 5-year plan. And I looked at y'all, and when Councilman Evans and Massey started to throw the hard questions, and he said, no, there will be no enhancement in performance. I don't know how it was, but I could feel the dangling cords of discord in your spirit saying, no, he didn't say that. But you good. You kept a straight face. Because y'all have to be in agreement as a council. I want you to really think about what you're about to do. Think about it. Because everybody in here knows it's wrong. If you're going to fix it and give me something tangible I can ride and use, bring it on. That's life. That's society. To continue the systematic yet subtle oppression, we're going to have to call it is what it is. And to my brothers and sisters who are not able to take this increase, that's who I'm standing for. I'm standing for them brothers and sisters who are trying to say, look, a 50 cent more is going to kill me. Like my brother who's saying, I'm trying to make sure I have just enough to make it. Some of us don't have that problem. But what about those people? The strong need to bear the infirmities of the weak. Systematic yet subtle oppression will not happen again in Fayetteville.